guys, I thought I would do a trying new makeup video today. I have recently made some purchases at Sephora on Selfridges. Some things were sent to me by companies. I actually have something here that a friend sent to me. She just loves the product so much. She was like, I have to send you one. So we're gonna be trying that out today. And we're actually gonna be trying out a new shade of the, well, it's not new, it's new to me, Armani Lip Power. You guys know this is like one of my all-time favorite lipsticks, and I was at Sephora and there was a shade that was just calling my name and I was like, how do I not have that? So we'll be trying that. We'll be trying Florasis, Florasis, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. This is a makeup brand from China. Many of you actually have been asking me to talk about them, review their products, and they sent me like a really generously sized box of some things. And today we're gonna be trying out this eyeshadow palette. Isn't that gorgeous? So many of you have been curious about this. I can't blame you. I've been seeing this around. This is called the Oriental Shine Makeup Relief Palette. It is just, I mean, it's beautiful. It's gonna pain me to use it. We're gonna be trying this today, some other things, but let's go ahead and start with a new primer. So this is the product that my friend just, you know, she raved about it. She's like, have you tried this? I'm like, no. And I think this was after I talked about the Super Goop Glow Screen SPF 40 product. That one is just a really like sheeny, glistening kind of SPF, and I liked using that as a primer. I liked using that alone. And she said, if you like that, you're gonna really, really like this. So this is from Loon and Aster. I believe this is the in-house brand at Blue Mercury, and this is their Real Glow Primer. Light diffusing radiance primer with vitamin E, licorice, and appleseed extract. And it's meant for all skin types. So this pre-makeup primer uses complexion enhancing light diffusers to increase skin luminosity, infusing tired, dull skin with a healthy glow. That sounds perfect for me. So I'm gonna try this and we'll see if I feel like I need a foundation on top. I don't have a new foundation, surprise, surprise. I don't have a new foundation to try out, and I thought it would be a great time to try out a new primer. I don't like trying a new primer and a new foundation at the same time because if it doesn't look right, you don't know which it is. So anyway, let's try out this primer. I'm just shaking it up. It sounds a little liquidy. And it does come in a squeezy tube like this. It is 1.7 fluid ounces, 50 ml squeezy tube. And let's see what this looks like. Ooh, so this is like way too much product, but there it is. Oh, that is a beautiful sheen. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna use what is on my fingers here and massage this in. Ooh. This is a really nice texture. It's not too thick, it's not too thin, it's not too slimy or anything. It's just really, really nice. And I feel like it's already absorbed into my skin. Let me squeeze out just a little bit more and apply it to my forehead here. And there's even like just the slightest bit of like a cooling, kind of refreshing feel on the skin. Ooh, that's nice. So there's the sheen. That's really pretty. Wow, my friend was not kidding. Oh my goodness. Gorgeous. This friend of mine, by the way, is the owner of Mazadar Bakery. They have locations in New York City and I believe also in the DC area. I think in DC and in Alexandria. I'm like begging her to open up a location in Las Vegas. But anyway, Mazadar Bakery, I'll link it down below. But if you're ever in New York or if you are in New York, you got to check it out. They just have the best baked goods. I mean, the absolute best, hands down. All right, so that is the Real Glow Primer from Loon and Aster. I feel like maybe I don't need full-on foundation because I do feel like this does a nice kind of filtering effect. Maybe I'll do like a little spot conceal with my Dior Forever Skin Correct. Let me do that. I'm going to just apply some under the eyes here. Those pesky sunspots. Some other spots that I have. And just use a foundation brush to blend in. I feel like I've gotten pale enough this winter that this 2N shade is actually getting too deep for me. Wow. Let's see how this turns out. I may have to go in with that Clé de Peau stick concealer in Ivory because that one is definitely lighter than this 2N. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. All right. Wow, I really do like this primer. So I tried the Rare Beauty powder, the loose powder that they just came out with, and I purchased it in light medium. And then Rare Beauty was actually kind enough in sending me a little package, and they also sent me light medium, and it's just too peachy for me. So I went out to Sephora and I purchased the light shade, but they also sent me their bronzer stick, which is a cream product. So I think what I'm gonna do is use the bronzer stick first and then go in with the powder. We'll see how that goes. So here is what the bronzer stick looks like. And I am going to try shade Power Boost. Is that the name of this? Power Boost, yes. It is GT1G1, and I think this is the lightest shade. So here is what it looks like. Let me do a quick swatch. Ooh, it's like very creamy. And it does look very warm toned. It looks a little bit on the orangey side, but let's see how it blends out. I'm just going to swipe and use this SUQQU Classic base brush and just blend this in. This tone, I think, is a little bit off for me. It is quite orangey, or it comes off that way on my skin. Can you guys see that? It's quite warm. They did send me a deeper shade, but maybe the deeper shade is a little bit more neutral. So let me go grab that shade and I'll be right back. All right, so the other shade that they sent me is Happy Soul. That's what that looks like. Let me swatch. So here is Happy Soul next to Power Boost. And I do like the tone of it better, even though it looks, well, it's obviously deeper and I'm obviously very light complected, but I'm gonna go ahead and try this on this side and just see if I like the tone better. I'm just gonna go in with the same brush. I don't think I have that much of the Power Boost on here. Yes, I like the tone. I think I applied a little bit too much, but I like the tone of this one better. See how it just looks a little bit more neutral on my skin? And this looks a little bit too orangey. I mean, I think this will be nice if I'm going for, you know, a more like bronzed kind of look, but I think for every day, this is a little bit better suited for my skin tone. Okay, well now I have two different color bronzers on. Let me just put a little bit of this over Power Boost shade and see if that tones it down a little bit. Oh yeah, it does. And I'm just running my brush over this and spreading it over my forehead where I definitely get the most sun. Guess we all get the most sun there. All right, this Happy Soul is much better than the Power Boost. Surprise, surprise, surprise. It really is all about undertone versus the actual shade. I mean, the shade obviously is important too. I can't use something too deep, but even something that was like a little bit too deep but had a neutral undertone worked so much better for me. Yeah, and if I were to compare these to the Say, what is this? The Sun Melt Natural Cream Bronzer in light bronze, I still like the Say better. The texture is just a little bit less emollient, and I find that just a little bit easier to work with. This one still blends out beautifully. The tone of this one is just spot on because it is not really that orangey. It has a little bit more of a peach undertone, and it's just gorgeous. So these Rare Beauties are nice if you prefer like a stick versus like a pan cream product. But in terms of the actual product, I like this one a little bit better. Just FYI, because I know you guys are gonna ask. Okay, and now for powder. Let's try this Rare Beauty Always an Optimist Soft Radiance Setting Powder. And again, the light medium did not work out for me, so I went out and purchased light, which, yes, this looks so much better in real life versus online. Online, the shade looks like it's almost like a whitish pink or something. But this in real life looks a lot more like a light flesh tone. Here it is on my finger. Let me see if I can swatch this. It probably won't show up on my hand. That's a really thick swatch. Real thick powdery swatch there, but that is the tone, which is so much better suited for my skin tone. So I'm gonna knock some of this out onto the cap. And if you guys did not catch that video of mine, I showed this dispenser, which is really nice. It has this like swing open like mechanism here, and then there's just a few holes for the sifter, and it just keeps this all just really clean, which is nice. So I've got my Beautylish Yano series brush number 1 here. I'm just gonna pick up a little bit. I don't really want to use too much powder today, especially because I love this primer so much and the glow that it gives. But since that's all I have down and I did put concealer down, I do want to set it with just a little bit. So I'm just gonna focus under my eyes and then just whatever's left over, kind of tap onto the rest of my face. So this powder is pretty effective. You know, I have dry skin and I don't really like powders that are really, really mattifying, and I use just a little bit and I feel like it really mattified my skin. But it doesn't look too drying. I'm actually looking underneath my eyes. It's emphasizing my fine lines like a little bit, but it's okay. It's not my favorite. This is definitely not as good as my Kogen Do Natural Lighting Powder, which I feel like leaves my skin looking like it's kind of glowing, even though it like sets makeup down. This really kind of takes away the glow. Okay, let me try and pick up a little bit less even. So just the littlest bit, and just gonna apply that under the eyes. Yeah, it's very, very effective. Like, look how matte that is right there. Well, if you like a matte look, I think you'll really like this powder. I don't. Like I said, I have dry skin, so I really like powder that kind of leaves a little bit of a glow. Nothing too crazy, not like highlighter or anything like that. Just something where my skin looks like it has like a soft satinness, but my skin right here, it's looking pretty matte. My forehead, thankfully, still looks like it's got a nice satin sheen. Anyway, this powder is nice, but I don't know that it's for me. Okay, now for blush. I'm so excited. I made a purchase off of Selfridges. I got the new SUQQU Melting Powder Blush in shade number 4, and that shade is Sumiro. And it looks like a warmish neutral shade. Let's see. Oh, look at this compact. So sleek and beautiful. And yeah, here is the blush. So it's like a nice peach. And this melting color blush, I believe, is a new formula to the line. So I'm just going to, for the first time now, I'm just going to go ahead and, ooh, this is like, it feels like a cream. Oh, wow. It's most definitely a powder, but it feels like a cream. Here is the shade. So there's like a little bit of a gold sheen to it. Ooh. Ooh, so, so pretty. I was actually surprised when I got onto the Selfridges site that some of these blushes were still around. I was so excited, but I thought, let me just get one, see if I like the formula, and if I do, I'll pick up some more. So far so good. It really feels incredibly soft. So I'm gonna go in with my Sonia G Cheek Pro Brush, dust some on. Oh, it doesn't look as peach on my cheeks as it does in the swatch and in the pan. I feel like it looks more pink. Ooh, pretty. The pigmentation is really soft, which I think is great for blush. Better to be, I think, better to be too soft than too bold because you can really get carried away, at least I can, get really carried away with blush, and it's hard to tone it down. Very, very pretty. I like how subtle it is, and I could build it up slowly. And if you want to create like a little bit of an ombre look with just one shade, you could do like a light layer all over your cheek and then like a little bit more on just like 2/3 of your cheek and then even more just like on the apples of your cheek, and that'll give you like kind of like this nice ombre look. That's really pretty. That's also another advantage to having a blush that is very, very soft in pigmentation, but can be built up. Ooh, super, super pretty. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go onto the site and see if any more blush shades are available. So this is shade number 4 from SUQQU, the Melting Powder Blush, new for Spring Summer 22. Very nice. All right, so I do have a new highlighter here. This again is from Florasis. I feel like I'm slaughtering their name, but Florasis. And in that big box of goodies that they sent me, they did include a highlighter. This is the Peach Blossom Carved Flower Pattern Highlighter. And I'm not sure if there are multiple shades. A lot of the writing on the back is in Chinese, which unfortunately I can't read. My mother would be so ashamed of me. But I think this is shade number 2. I'm not sure. So anyway, let me just show you what it looks like because it's really beautiful. Isn't that fun? So this looks like a baked gelée type of product. Let me go ahead and do a swatch. Let's see how bold of a highlight we're dealing with here. So there is the highlight, and it has a really bold kind of peachy gold tone to it. My swatch, it looks okay. It looks smooth. Let's see what it looks like actually on the cheeks. I've got my Surratt highlight brush. I'm gonna go in and just hit the high points here. You know what I like about this highlight? I don't really see any micro glitters in there. And it does look very smooth on the cheeks. Ooh. I wish it was just a little bit more peachy versus gold. I feel like peachy always looks a little bit more complementary to my skin tone versus this gold. But it is a pretty highlight. Oh. I feel like there are micro glitters in this formula, but as soon as I start brushing it, they brush away, which I'm happy about. I don't really like, as I've said before, I don't really like micro glitter on my cheek products. Ooh. I'm starting to get the feeling, this is one of those products. I'm taking my Sonia G Face One brush. This is now called the Buffer Pro brush. I feel like this is one of those products that when you buff, oh yeah, it starts to look smoother and glossier. Ooh. I felt like when I was going in with the Surratt highlight brush that the more I just kind of brushed it on, like the smoother looking it got. Ooh, yes. Yes, that is beautiful. Ooh. All right. Well, that is awesome. The Peach Blossom Carved Flower Pattern Highlighter from Florasis. All right, and for eyebrows, I do have another new product from Florasis. Again, new to me. These are not new to their line, I don't believe. And I'm trying to find out the name on here. Oh, here we go. I can't read it. It's in this really faint peach font down here. I just can catch Floral Eyebrow Pencil. And the shade, I believe, is MF01. And this is a refillable eyebrow pencil. So this is how it comes. So here's the pencil, and then here's an extra cartridge. But there already is a cartridge in this pencil. Oh, this is heavy. I think this is metal. Oh, wow. So here is the pencil. It's got like an oval shape to it. And then what's on the other side? A spoolie? Yes. And then a spoolie on the other side. Let's do a little swatch here. So here is the shade MF01. Let's see what this feels like on the brow. All right, well, that was easy to use. So I just added it to this brow and nothing in this brow. This is definitely like a waxy kind of pencil. And I wouldn't say that it is completely mistake proof because I feel like as soon as I applied just the least bit of pressure, the line got pretty dark. So it's definitely one I would say be careful with, but it is quite nice. The line that it leaves down at least is very, very soft, which is good. All right, let me do the other brow here. Okay, that is the eyebrow pencil from Florasis. I would say it's okay. I don't think it's my favorite. It definitely doesn't beat out my Byredo that I just tried that I love, love, love. All right, eyeshadow. Yes, we're gonna go into this palette. Did I show you the cover? Look at this palette. Looks like a peacock. And then here we have the actual palette. Isn't that incredible? Oh my God. So here are some swatches. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch down this left side, down the right side, and then I'll do the middle here. So it looks like we have 3 matte shades, 3 like satin shades, and then 2 shimmery shades. All right, I'm gonna grab my Sonia G Blender Pro Brush, and since I've never used shadows from Florasis before, I'm just gonna go into this center shade, the lightest shade, just see what it's like. And these all look like they're baked. I don't know if they're baked gelée, baked type products, but they do look like they're all baked. So there's that shade. Wow. Really beautiful on the lid. And just like the teensiest bit of fallout, I see like 2 flecks down here. Okay, so far so good. I would say this brush is a little bit fluffy. I kind of had to go in a bit to pick up product. So I'm gonna try a denser brush. I'm gonna try the Worker 1 brush. This one is a little bit denser than that Blender Pro. And I'm gonna go into this green shadow. You guys know I couldn't resist. And apply to the outer corner here. Ooh. You know what I think is actually very interesting? The like embossing on the pans is so intense that when there's ridges like in this green one, it's actually kind of hard to pick up the product. Like I feel like I have to get in into the ridges. All right, so there is the green shimmer and that like champagne shimmer. I do want to try one of the mattes. I think what I'll do is grab like a fluffy blending brush. I'm gonna grab my Esom V34 brush and go into this shade over here and just lightly brush that along the top. I would have really preferred something a little bit lighter than either of these, something a little bit lighter, a little bit more neutral. But that adds just a little bit of transition in there. Do the same thing. And then I'm going to take my Bobbi Brown Smoky Eyeliner, Smoky Eyeliner brush and go into this matte chocolate brown here and use this as eyeliner. That's nice. That works really well as a liner. Okay. Wow. I like this look. I like these eyeshadows. These shimmery shades are so pretty. They're really, really smooth looking. Oh, very, very nice. So this palette isn't just a looker. She performs pretty well too. So that is the Oriental Shine Makeup Relief palette. Very nice. I do also have one last thing from Florasis I want to try, and this is their mascara. Again, I'm trying to find the name here. Oh, here we go. Pine Soot Lengthening Mascara. I have it in the shade C01, and this is what the packaging looks like. Let me curl my lashes, and I'll be right back to apply that mascara. Okay, now for the mascara. Oh, wow. I've never seen a wand like this. This has really, really short bristles, and they're really close together. Oh, wow, how interesting. And is there a curve? Maybe just the slightest curve to it? Huh. Wow. I feel like there is not a ton of product on this wand, though. Oh, but it's building up. Okay. You guys can see that. So with mascara without, ooh, it's nice. It's very sticky. It's very sticky, but it also feels kind of dry at the same time. This is really an unusual mascara for me. I really don't think I've ever used a formula like this or used a wand like this. All right, not bad. So funny. It felt like nothing was happening, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, it really started to build up and lengthen my lashes. Okay. That is the Pine Soot Lengthening Mascara. Very neat. All right, so I did go to Sephora, like I mentioned, and I did get a new shade in the Armani Lip Power. You guys, I'm like so addicted to these lipsticks. I have now, is this my 6th shade? I think it's my 6th or 7th shade. Anyway, I'm surprised I did not have this shade. It is in shade 301. It's called Friendly. And if you guys are unfamiliar with the lip powers, you obviously haven't watched many of my videos. I talk about these constantly, but this lipstick formula is so good. It is really creamy. It has like a beautiful, like kind of sheen, but it's long lasting. It's like the most incredible, like appearing and long lasting lipstick ever. I've never had a lipstick that felt this creamy that lasted this long on my lips. So I just absolutely love it. So this is Friendly. Aren't you guys surprised that I did not already have this? Let me do a swatch here. Look at that bright orange. Oh, when I saw this in the store, I was like, why don't I have this shade? So in the bullet, at least in the store, and I feel like I see it here, I feel like I see like the teensy tiniest, like golden little glitters in there, but I barely see it in the swatch. I think it just gives it a little bit of a sheen, but barely. It's not like you can see the bits at all. Okay, there is Friendly applied, and I can see the little bits on my lips now. I can see the little gold bits. I don't know if you can catch them on my upper lip there. So this shade, interestingly enough, is like not quite as pigmented as the other ones, which is kind of a relief because it's really scary to me to put on really bright colors. It's like I feel like I have to get it right on the first try. But what is also very, very helpful is the shape of this bullet. It's that teardrop shape. And so with that point at the top, oh, it's so nice. And that it's like a little bit of a thinner, it's not like a pencil, but it's not like a typical lipstick bullet. It's perfect. I love these lip powers from Armani. Yeah, I really like that this has a little bit of like a glisten to them. None of the other shades that I have the little glisten. They all are like a straight up kind of cream color. All right, guys, that is it for this trying new makeup video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.